This week on the podcast, it's just us boys. We talk about Ready or Not, a new laptop design coming out from Dell, and some NFT news. All of that in this week in all of that in this week and more. All of that and more in this week's episode of Next to Nothing. Roll the
Everything
intro.
and all things, yeah.
Do you guys
Bing
smell?
bong.
Say, do you guys smell toast?
A little bit. I got so on the toast subject. My fiance got me a Ninja Foodie air fryer, a 9-in-1 air fryer. Okay. However, it was supposed to be a Christmas present. It's supposed to be like the big Christmas present. And she ordered it from Amazon. They just slapped a shipping sticker on it. And when I opened the door to like get the packages off the front porch, it was a box saying Ninja Foodie. I'm like, oh, I wonder what that could be. And it makes toast.
Nice.
Hello and welcome to Next to Nothing, a podcast for gamers on a budget. I am your host, Danny K. With me, as always, the wonderful, the beautiful, the Mr. Green. Green, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I cannot complain about nothing.
Can't complain about nothing?
Nothing. How are you doing, Danny?
I'm doing good. I am still tired from my travels and all the stuff associated with my trip down to Florida. But yeah, I otherwise cannot complain.
I actually can't complain about something.
Oh?
Yeah, I didn't stream today because I went to go last minute gift shopping for my nephews and cousin's kid. We went to Target first to avoid the madness that is Walmart. But Target only had one Power Ranger thing, so we went to Walmart. That fresh hell of Walmart, and they also didn't have very many Power Ranger things.
Wow.
Back in my day, there was fucking a full aisle dedicated to Power Rangers.
What a year for you guys not to have a Toys R Us in that town.
Long time
dead.
ago.
Dead.
A long time ago, the bankruptcy attacked.
I'm done.
We are joined by, as always, the spooky and the ukuli, the Mendacii. Mendacii, how are you doing this week?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say spooky and ukuli. As you can see, for those of you viewing this podcast, I am stuck in the 5 frames per second dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and sway my head so you can watch my shadow clones.
That genuinely makes me nauseous.
Thank you. I can do many other tricks. You'll probably see me doing them throughout the episode, as I don't know what to do with my hands. Spooky, though, because when I can sleep, all I can think about are all of my teeth falling out of my head. Back to you, Danny.
Wow, you're leaving me with so much there. But I'm not going to touch any of it. Guys, thanks for watching and listening to the show. If you miss any part of the show, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. If you guys want to join us live, you can find us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Twitch, twitch.tv/DannyK. If you guys want to be a part of the show, we have a question of the week for you. Last week, we asked what games were you most excited for, game announcements were you most excited for from the Game Awards. This week, I'm asking you guys, what's the worst Christmas tradition? What's the worst Christmas tradition? Green, do you have an answer to this one?
Mistletoe with my uncle.
Oh.
No, I don't know. I would say it's like the incessant invites from relatives that I have never seen. Like I haven't seen in years. Like we got an invite for a family reunion of sorts, like on January 8th, and it's like people I don't want to see. And so like it's like an automatic like nope to the RSVP. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that kind of thing. Like people that you haven't seen in a really long time that like you don't necessarily think about in your day to day. That just like all of a sudden it's the holiday season and they're like, oh, let's be friends, let's be family. Like no, hard pass.
Mendacii, what's the worst holiday tradition?
Man, I don't know about worse, but when I was a kid, we had super cool old school German traditions. So we actually celebrated like Christmas Eve with visits from Saint Nick or Black Peter. So like we would have to put our snow boots out on the porch, right? And we would hear a hickory switch like dragging across the windows and like the walls outside and stuff, and we'd have to run away and get upstairs and kind of like close our eyes. And it sounds creepy because it is an old German tradition, because therefore it's creepy. So we would go back downstairs and we would hope that we wouldn't find like rocks or coal in our boots. You know, if we were shithead kids, which was 90% of the time, we would find candy or like apples and oranges and, you know, things like that. Um, I guess what I'm saying is bring back like Yule and pagan traditions and get rid of all your stupid, shitty, normal, dumb traditions.
Um, Also green as a child uh of split parents and then having a step family as well. I definitely feel you on that. I spent several years where it's like, boy, I'm gonna like spend 3 weekends having to drive around to different family functions.
Oh, it's awful.
It's awful. But you know what I think
Well,
the
I
worst.
mean, like, the biggest thing though is like you actually talk to your dad.
Mm.
Ever when my parents got divorced, we didn't have 2 Christmases. It was all a lie. It was like, you know, the person that tells you you're the reason your parents got divorced. It's like he's not going to invite you to Christmas.
How Christmas depressing of you. How
I know.
seasonal.
I shit you not. I am the Grinch when it comes to Christmas time.
Oh,
I
same.
don't really care for Christmas time. Especially when it comes to like shopping for gifts.
Hmm.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I hated every moment of like going shopping this morning.
Yeah.
And like I would rather just, you know, stay home, have some close family and friends over, like do like a friends with a festivus, if you will, a
Yes.
Mm.
festivus, and then just like, you know, chill.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's the
it's
best
just
thing. I'm like anti-Christmas because of how much stress it brings literally everyone.
it is
Yeah.
so stressful.
Christmas, I think
Yeah.
Christmas is the worst holiday.
It's
Oh,
like
agreed.
when you're young, it's like it's the best thing. It's the best time of the year. You're getting gifts and stuff like that. And then once you become an adult, and then you hit that age where it's like it's your turn to worry about where we're doing it, what we're eating, who we're giving gifts to, who you're not giving gifts to. It's just it becomes like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
It's the year where the shoebox full of video games turns into shoes that you couldn't afford yourself, even though, like, you know, you've been wearing the same pair for 5 years and they're like covered in holes and they get wet every time it's even remotely damp outside. And you're like, thank you. If you hadn't bought these, I probably would have had to go to work barefoot soon.
That's another thing. That's another thing. I hated getting like clothes and socks and stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now, please, for the love of God, give me socks. I love getting a package full of fresh, clean, brand new, never worn socks, or like a pair of like super comfy underwear. Like,
Oh,
sign
yeah,
me the
dude.
fuck up.
Underwear is fucking expensive,
It
homie.
is, especially the
Oh,
good kinds. Like, if you can like, my fiance bought me Fabletics boxers. Then they I think they were like $30-$40 for the pair, like just the one pair. Sheesh, it is fucking comfy.
So
mm.
we're mentioning all this stuff about like, having to get gifts for people and stuff like that. You know how people can go on ahead and get a gift for like that one person who they don't know what to get?
Hmm.
They can go on ahead and enter our contest.
Oh, how do
They
they do
can.
that?
They can. So, if you're interested in getting a game for you and a friend, go on ahead to our official Facebook and Twitter page. Look for a post that says tag a friend or a family member who you believe deserves a free game this holiday season. Go on ahead and do that. Tag them. Tell us why too. Tell us why you think they deserve a free game, and you'll get randomly drawn to win. One lucky commenter will get randomly drawn, and you guys will get a Steam key, 2 Steam keys, one for you, one for your friend.
Ooh.
Green, who won last week or this week?
This week we had a Viceroy, I think Emerson, Emerson something.
Mhm.
I think his tag is Emerson, or not Emerson, Viceroy, and he won 2 copies of We Happy Few.
Oh,
Right? We
nice.
Happy Few is what the game was.
I thought we gave that away last week.
No, last
No,
week
you
was
gave away
Oh, that's
fucking
right.
the
druid
Druid.
bullshit.
Mystery of the
Yeah.
Druids. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. You're
yeah,
right.
that's
You're right.
right.
So yeah, We Happy Few. That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
So
awesome, dude.
So yeah, going ahead, guys.
look at it. He's
Go
in chat now. Say
He's-
whoa!
Woo!
Yeah!
So yeah, if you guys want a gift for you and a friend, go on ahead to our official Facebook page and Twitter. Find that post that says week 3. Tag a friend who deserves a free game. Go on ahead and tag them. Let them know that you're thinking of them and why you want them to win a free game. And you'll be automatically entered to win. And we will do the drawing next week. Green, what are the official Facebook and Twitter pages?
Bonus points if you like the post and retweet or share, depending on which platform you're on.
Ooh.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
But official Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, sorry. It's at Next to Nothing PC on Twitter, and then on Facebook, it's just Next to Nothing Podcast. Can't miss it. Big ol' NTN, the thing you're used to seeing every week.
Gorgeous.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, I think we've stalled. I don't care if you're ready or not. Let's get into this ready or not review.
Right on. You wanna take it off, Green?
That wasn't half bad.
It wasn't.
So yeah, Ready or Not is a new early access first-person shooter. I affectionately call it SWAT Simulator 2021.
Fair.
Essentially, you are playing. You end up to, I believe, four total.
5 total.
5 total. Okay, 5 total can go into with missions. So you load into a lobby. You and your friends can go into the lobby together. There's it's like a headquarters essentially. And then you can select which missions you want. You can change your loadout. There's a shooting range and like a shoot house. Affectionately, a shoot. It literally says shoot house, like Modern Warfare. That you can practice with those guns and stuff like that. And then you select missions in the main meeting room. And there's different assortments of missions, from like hostage situations to busting a meth house or a bomb threat, etc., etc. And then your goal is to go in and stop the threat and also save hostages or civilians at the same time. It's a very I want to say it's hardcore. I wouldn't put it on the level of Escape from Tarkov hardcore, but like you can get fucked up in this game rather quickly. It is relatively hardcore. So communication is really important in the game. You essentially go in, you can pick up, like, there's different weapons, like from regular assault rifles to submachine guns to shotguns, and there's like a beanbag shotgun that I really like to using because like you pump one of those beanbags into their nutsack and they're dropping like a fucking potato.
Oh yeah.
You can use like there's pistols, a taser, and then there's like a special item that you can use. It's like you can either use a shield, a mirror gun which looks under doors. There is a breach shotgun for breaching doors, and a battering ram, and I believe there's something else, but I can't quite think of it.
Spray.
Pepper spray, that's right.
And
And there's also
grenades too.
there's also an assortment of grenades, like from a rubber ball grenade that just fucking shoots. It's called a stinger grenade. Stun grenades, gas, stuff like that. So you're essentially a SWAT team going in and stopping the threat. You can, as I said, you can get severely fucked up severely quickly. A few shots kills you, depending on like your armor that you have equipped and stuff like that. So you have to be extremely ready. And if you're not, you will get laid out. I got laid out plenty of times. It's a very fun game, very interesting. Um, the controls are a little, I wouldn't say horrible. There's no like sprint button. It is
Oh,
like,
you move slow, dude.
yeah, you are,
There's a
and if
button to
you
move
watch,
slower.
yeah, you watch, like if you watch someone, you're literally like duck waddling
Mm-hmm.
as your normal speed. But if you press shift like I do all the time, it's
Mm-hmm.
a fucking slow baby
Er,
step walk. Yeah,
slower. Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
slower walk, and like I do that all the time because I'm so used to shift being sprint, and then like to like hit shift, it almost feels like a meme where it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're fucking with you, and they're like, oh, you want to sprint? Too damn bad. You're going to half a mile an hour
Yeah,
instantaneously. It's
there is a way to
awful.
move a little bit faster. Like, you know how you always have like your weapon essentially
Mhm.
ready up. So if you like, there is a command to have them like put it down,
Yeah,
which of course, if you do this, you can't just click and shoot. You'd have
yeah, yeah.
to do the command to bring it back up, and you'll walk about 1.5 times faster, which doesn't
Woo!
say much. Yeah.
Ah, diggity dog. Yeah. And I didn't try like two person with AIs. I've heard the pinging system is gonna be a little weird with the AIs as well.
Hmm.
They don't like to listen very good. But it was a lot of fun playing with people. So I would definitely recommend playing with people. I do have the specs. I just had the specs. Okay. Minimum requirements are 64-bit operating processor, um, such as Windows 7, Windows 8.1, and Windows 10. An Intel Core i5 4430 or an AMD FX 6300. Requires 8 gigs of RAM. Graphics requires an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 962 gigabit or a Radeon R7 30 or not 30 370 2 gig. And then it requires at least DirectX 11 and 50 gigs of storage space. So it does operate on both DirectX 11 and 12. It gives you the option when you launch the game, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Hmm. So it's pretty low specs. It doesn't look like a super horrible game. It's pretty graphically strong, but I guess it can go lower. I'm running it on like the highest settings on my 2080 Super and not having any problems with like frame rate or anything like that. So,
Yeah, and I mean it looked fine on my 1080 as well, at highest. It kind of like very close to, I would say, my overall entire experience. It's kind of like playing Rainbow Six Vegas 2 unrealistic. Where like if you don't check a corner or if you don't wedge a door, that was another item too, the
mhm,
door wedges.
yep.
Um, so you can wedge a door, making it so like they can't open it towards you. Um, which I guess every door does not go both ways. I don't know the science behind
Yeah.
that. Anyway, fuck it. So if you don't wedge a door, if you don't check a corner, you're gonna get popped like once or twice. Three times max if you're wearing heaviest armor, which there's really no reason I found to not wear heavy armor. But anyway, you're gonna go down. You will fucking die. We ran the meth house mission probably like 6 or 7 times. Now we
Mhm.
didn't do it with any AI, and it was just the two of us. Finally, on that like sixth or seventh time, we actually got all the way through it. I think that the mission setups are really fun. The map was actually considerably larger than I had originally thought it was, kind of going in through the front door first. Um, the AI reacts really strangely. So sometimes they'll be tricky with you. They'll be like, "Oh, thank God you're here to save me." Not really, and they'll pull a fucking gun on you, and they'll be like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Call an
you know,
ambulance. Call an ambulance,
not
but
for
not for
me.
me.
Like it fucking almost got me, and Brent was like, "Oh shit," and just like popped him right in the head, just boom. Something else that I really enjoy is that they paid particular attention to where you can actually shoot them in different body parts, and sometimes they'll drop a gun or they'll just surrender. For instance, we were going up some stairs, and there were like 4 people in the hallway, and I saw someone pull a gun. I quickly just swiped and popped, and I'm not great, keep in mind, because I don't really do keyboard mouse shooters, and I'll kind of get to that towards the end of my point here. But I hit this person like in the upper shoulder instead of the head, but they did drop their gun and they went down to a knee. The other way that you can kind of see if someone really means business, other than seeing if they have a gun brandished, is you can press F to cop, and you'll be like, "Please don't move," or "Get down on your knees," whatever. And sometimes they'll be like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch," and they'll like try to run away, or they'll be like, "Oh my god, oh no," and they're like, if they have a weapon, sometimes they'll drop it. Something kind of cool though is that if everyone actually times their commands relatively around each other, it will further intimidate the AI, so it seemed. And they would actually like be more like if they were running and then they hear another one calling, they'd be like, "Oh shit," and they would actually stop. A lot of these missions have secondary things. It's not just like a terrorist hunt. So it's not like go around and kill everyone. You actually get better points if you can take your suspects in alive. There are civilians that must be rescued, like handcuffed, reported, and then evidence that actually also needs to be secured, especially in that meth house one. And then some of them, they'll have like other scenarios where you'll have an active shooter going around and actually killing civilians, and so you need to work fast. So I really, really, really want to get into a 5-person group, which it's going to be kind of hard to do that right now because with the game in early access, you need to put a lot of faith into it or just know that I'm gonna have more fun playing this with my friends. I know that going in, this is supposed to be a multiplayer experience. I'm okay with that. And then drop $40 on a game that's essentially still being built somewhere around like the beta format. They do also have like a founders edition, which is fucking like $80. But and it gives you skins, clout, whatever the hell. And there's not a lot of skins. There's not a lot of aesthetics in this right now. There's like I think 6 different models of character that you can, choose from. And then of course like your gear will change too. What kind of helmet are you wearing? You got a gas mask that actually does kind of cloud your vision a little bit. You got night vision goggles, ballistic goggles, stuff like that. Other issues that Brent and I had found was that we tried to go in very, very like non-lethal, and so we brought a whole bunch of gas grenades. We had gas masks on, all that shit. We would throw multiple gas grenades into a room, and the AI did not give a fuck. And you can't see anything when you do that. We would like do that, go in, and then just get immediately headshot with zero line of sight on the target. Pretty gnarly. We also try to go in with night vision goggles and infrared laser sights. So we would throw down the night vision and like walk around with, I think we were using Glocks that had that. I might have been using an M9. But yeah, and like that's kind of cool. Like no one can see like your sight except for you and you have a better vision. But a lot of these places have dynamic lighting, and so there will be things that will just fucking blind you. Um Brent is in chat and saying that the gas is kind of spotty and sometimes AI will have masks, but sometimes it works. There's a lot of different weird things kind of still going on with the game. It is early access. So if you're able to put out $40 and grab it with your friends, then you're going to have the best time available. That being said, for me, my best experience lies in a controller, being able to hit like one of the shoulder buttons, bring up a radial wheel to swap between my tools, weapons, whatever, quick commands, something like that, and then just normal controls otherwise. Something else along with the controls that I find very weird, the hey, I'm the police button is also the bag and tag evidence, um, as well as handcuff suspect, as well as like interact with any doors. And the door system was cool because you can peek a door, check it for a booby trap, because there are booby traps on some of these doors if you're not careful. And then, like, there's lock picking and stuff like that. All of that for one fucking button is way too much shit, especially when you have a very hyper interactive kind of world. Um, you can obviously rebind some keys, but I mean, to have this be the default kind of fucking sucks, just to put it bluntly. I would really like to see some revamping. I would really like to see some controller support. And there was something. Oh, and then of course, G is a button you can use to just throw a grenade. So you're fucking with a door, maybe you like your finger slips or something. G, oh, here's a live grenade because your dude just pulls that pin. He's like, all right, where's this going? And I totally lied to Brent. I accidentally fucking grenaded him at one time, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody's in the building, man. I don't know. I just got shot too." Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, "Oh fuck, we got to go look for this person." We spent 5 minutes looking. I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's totally weird. It's totally not me. Never playing FPS games with a mouse and keyboard. That's weird. We should go find them." But yeah, that was my time with Ready or Not. It was super fun. I would love to play more with more people and get very strategic and dirty with it. I love sweating and being stressful when I play video games. And if you love that, you should play Ready or Not. And then you should play with me and Green and Brent.
Wow,
I
that's
do have
high
to,
praise.
I do have to, for transparency's sake, I did get this game gifted to me.
Ooh.
Which thank you, Legendary Otis. I appreciate you. I love you. I honestly, I don't know. It's in that weird phase right now where I don't know if it's definitely worth $40.
Mm-hmm.
Like brand, like on an early access. Maybe if you, I would say wait a little bit to try to see if anything comes out of it with the updates and stuff like that. Unless like you see it go on sale. I mean, $40 is a lot of money, a lot of bread.
Yeah.
There's other $40 games that I would definitely recommend over this game.
That are
But
also
it's
baked too. Like they're actually baked and done and ready to play.
like Hunt Showdown. But yeah, I
Vermintide
mean,
2.
yeah, it is a good game for sure. As an early access game, it's good.
I Oh, continue.
Well, I was gonna say it's just I don't know if it's $40 good yet. Yet.
So this is one that I've seen people talk about for a while, namely A Riot, American Riot, and Big Fry, and some other people over on Apex GG, Big Fry's stream team. And you guys are kind of mentioning, it's an early access and stuff like that. It just entered early access because Steam gave the dev team no choice. Like, they have been on Steam as like an alpha build or whatever
Hmm.
for so long that Steam's like, yeah, hey, no, you guys have to like enter early access or something. Like, we won't give you more keys until you do that. Like, they had hit
That
their
makes
limit
sense. Yeah.
on how many keys they could offer until they hit early access. So I know it's a game that's been in development for a while. I know American Riot has really liked this game, has had a lot of high hopes for it. Big Fry has had a lot of high hopes for this game too. So definitely seems like one that a lot of people, especially in that tactical shooter genre, will really appreciate
Oh
and
yeah.
follow. So of course, follow Green, follow Mendacii, but also check out Big Fry and American Riot if you want more coverage of the game, want to see more from it.
For the biggest hype on Twitch. Yeah.
For the king of
Yeah.
hype, American Riot.
King of hype.
We need to get him back.
I love that guy.
Hey, Riot, if you see this, you need to get back on the show again here soon, my guy.
Before we move off it, I just kind of want to echo what Brent had said. If you liked SWAT 4, this is a no-brainer, but definitely wait for it to be more complete if you're on the fence. If they deliver on what they sold it, it should
Mhm.
be a nice resurgence of the game. So here's hoping.
Nice. Excellent. Was there any other thoughts, opinions that we wanted on this?
I'm good, man.
Okay. Mendacii, this is not the only game you played this week, though.
No, it's not. That was a short round of tennis. Back to me. Okay. So I had the joy of checking out the demo for the up and coming Stray Souls demo from Jaiku Studio out in Japan. Now, Danny, you had brought this game to my attention through Twitter, and it seems like they have a very, very present um, social media presence. They are also looking for voice actors. So if you want to go and be a part of this game, and you've got a very beautiful voice, like Rev, or like Green, or like Danny, and not like me, you should go and hit them up.
What are you trying to get out of this here? What are you sugarcoating me for? Because you are bold faced lying, sir.
No, no, nothing but the truths. So, and that being said, I'm going to be very truthful about this game. There needs to be a lot of shit that changes before anyone should see this on any store. It was it was interesting to say the least. It is very, very early. It's interesting. A lot of the directional choices in this demo have set my bar very low for what this game could be. So it opens up and you have a like 5 minute, like you can walk around this very, very small little playground map, listening to a phone call between your main character that looks like our friend Zombie Potion, and he's just talking to his sister. It's his birthday, and he's gotta go find a rope hanging from a tree. They make like three video game references in the first phone call. You pull the rope, and fireworks inexplicably shoot off in the distance. There's more phone conversation, and you have no real idea why are you here other than to investigate a haunted playground that is in the center of the map for no fucking reason. The voice acting is weird. The voice lines are even fucking stranger, and the delivery on them is both like overly loud, almost like a microphone blowing out, and whispering as if you are reaching down to tie your shoelaces while still trying to give your voice lines. At which point, after you do this, your sister tells you you need to search the two park ranger vehicles in the area for keys to the playground. And after you do that, search the trash cans for any resources you could find. And your guy is just like, man, I sure hope I find a gun. Like, okay,
Like he
uh,
lives in Chicago.
yeah, yeah, or like fucking South Detroit, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? And it's the overall look is very Silent Hill. Uh, but I don't want to say that because it's more like something wanted to be Silent Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that vibe. It's the I'm going to look at your homework and copy it kind of vibe. So you, for one thing, you find the park ranger cars very easily, but you can't interact with them. You're like, why the fuck can't I interact with them? And that's because you have to move the shopping carts filled with trash out of the way. And how do you move a shopping cart? Danny, I would like you on the stream right now, show me just like with your hands or, your body, show me how you move a fucking shopping cart, Danny.
Yeah, so you see these things here?
Mm-hmm.
My hands.
Yes.
You take these
Right.
you grab the handle,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm not gonna show them on stream, but I
Mm-hmm.
have these other things called feet, and I use my feet in
Mm-hmm.
conjunction with the rest of my body to push
Show me your feet.
to push the shopping cart away.
Yeah, no, that's actually completely fucking wrong. You act like it's an oversized cargo box. You put your shoulder into it, and by into it, I mean like floating over it so that your elbow is actually going against it, and you fucking shove it out of the way like it's just a rotund concrete block. But you do that 5 times. You do that 5 times, a la one of those old little car puzzles where you got to move the cars in a specific way to get the yellow car to go all the way through the road.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do that, and then you get in the park ranger car. But the first one you don't get into, and the car alarm goes off, and nothing happens other than your guy says, "Oh, I wish I had a gun and blow my fucking head off," for no reason. And you're like, okay. And the car alarm just keeps going off. And it goes off until you go do the other, exactly the same cart puzzle. And I say puzzle loosely because you can't fail it because you can only interact with one card at a time. And you just have to watch him do that. And he's like grunting like, ugh, ugh, like just shoving these literally barely full of like probably empty pop bottles
Mhm.
carts just out of the
Maybe
way.
maybe the wheels are super sticky.
Oh, they're not. They're fucking not. I mean, like, Jesus. Anyways, so
Where is
you
this
get in the
studio out of
car,
again?
Japan.
Really? Okay.
Yep,
Continue.
Jaiku Studio. And so you get in, you get a key, right? And like, by the way, the whole time that you're like walking by in the area, you'll see like little trash cans around that was mentioned in this fucking phone call. Which after you get the park keys, you have another 5 minute long phone call that pretty much just reiterates while you're listening to 2 sets of car alarms continuously going off, and you can't do anything. Um, the movement, by the way, is very like Witcher 2, and if you ever played that, like you run and then like he like almost goes completely horizontal, like he just turns into a spaceship if you make him stop before turning around again. It's like that. But anyway, so if you want to try and search a trash can before that, it's like you can't search that right now. You can't do that right now. It's like you're right. I have to go and shoulder carts out of the way before I shove my hands in a trash can. That makes sense. So you you get the park keys, you go to the trash can, you find a gun with like 6 fucking magazines, and it's like I don't even know, it's like a 45. And so you have a gun, and it's like, all right, turn the alarm off on the cars. And it's like, how do I do that? And they're like, shoot the lights on the cars. So you do that. You're like, okay, all right. So I know how to fire the gun, and the aiming is balls. And it's bad, dude. So it's also one of those kinds of games where it's like you want to aim the gun. Well, you can't move when you do that. You turn into a statue with a gun for hands. So you want to shoot, you got to stop moving.
Mhm.
You got to go around. Oh, you could also like just break through the map in different places. So that was fun. I found a nice little shortcut to get around instead of doing a really terrible path. So you get into the playground, and as soon as you open the door to the playground, you take 2 steps in, it cuts to a cutscene of a pretty good looking weird ass monster showing up.
Mhm.
And it just like comes at you. It's like a weird torso on like a fleshy frog thing with a long lolling tongue. And it comes at you. You can't really get out of the way, but it doesn't matter because it just kind of like licks you. And then it kind of tries to feel you up, and you're like, oh, it's my birthday. And you get out of the way. You can look at the things in the playground, but it doesn't matter because all you can do is like zoom in and out. The world continues around you, but you can look at an object and get really close to it. and then nothing happens. Maybe you get licked again. I don't know. So like there's a whole bunch of things, like a bunch of these creatures all around. You could
Mhm.
shoot them. I doubt it does anything. If it's anything like Silent Hill, that probably doesn't do anything. Then you get to a puzzle. It's like just levers. There's no contextualized like puzzling to be had around. You just fuck with them until you think that the door within this area would open because it has a light that turns green from red.
Mhm.
Universal sign for this door is unlocked, you may proceed. No, you gotta leave there. You gotta circle back around. They really milked the fuck out of this demo, dude. So you gotta
Really?
run all the way back around. You got another door you can open up. And then you see like a little boy, and he's creepy. And he runs down the stairs and he's like, "Come back here, little child. It's my birthday." And you keep going after him. And then you turn sharply around the corner, and then you get jump scared by a boy holding his own head and it's screaming at you. It did make me poop a little bit. And the people in my chat were like, "I need new pants." And you leave, and it gives you credits. That's the demo. And I was like, okay. And so then well, the rest of my stream, we were just kind of like chatting, like, okay, so like, what do you guys think needs to happen with this whole game? Like,
Mhm.
what problems did you guys have? And so like then I ended up kind of taking to the Twitter to kind of see what's going on. And yeah, this is very, very early. But if you're curious, like you can go and check out the demo. Check out the Twitter, which is just at Stray Souls Game, I think. Uh, but like a lot of their screenshots and gifs that they've posted are very, very close to say something like Visage and RE7. It looks exactly like that. With some kind of creepy things. And the overall kind of tagline or byline for the game is your grandma dies, you inherit her spoopy house, go and check out her spoopy house and figure out why it's spoopy. And so it's Visage slash Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So yeah, that's that. The game is strange. It was an experience. I really hope it is a lot cooler when it comes out, man.
Whoops. Yeah, it sounds like a very odd experience.
Mm.
Um, I'm sorry I tagged you on it? Question mark?
No, no, I mean, like, I'll play literally anything. Like, I played that, I believe it was like an 8-bit, Metroidvania Resident Evil Village game as well. Like, that was kind of fun. That
Yeah.
was pretty fun. I've played everything you've tagged me in.
Oh, really?
But yeah, yeah. So like, Stray Souls was remarkable in that it made me think and it started a pretty good conversation with me and my buddies on my Twitch channel. So it's interesting. It's interesting, and I hope that it can say like measure up to say something like Visage. That would be cool.
Mhm.
I don't think that Jaiku Studios has worked on literally anything other than this. So I'd like to
Yeah.
see it come out.
So yeah, some of the cursory research I was doing here while we are having this discussion, it this seems like it's their debut.
Hmm.
Um,
Sick.
so yeah, I wonder if some of the weirdness in terms of like the voice acting in the demo is just related to like this being their debut and not having a localization team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where stuff maybe like wasn't translated well or localized very well.
Maybe that's what they need is just like a localization lead and they'll go there. Like I was doing the lever puzzle and he just like offhandedly comments to himself, up, up, down, down, left, right. It's like start? No. That can't be right. I'm like, oh my God, dude. I am gonna fucking blow my brains out. Like, is this Ready Player One, the demo?
Yeah, yeah. Like Yeah, that's very cringy.
Cringe. You're
Cringe.
so cringe, Murray.
Okay. I think you summed it up beautifully.
Yeah.
I don't have any questions or thoughts on this. Looks like it needs work, but I mean, you said that.
Yeah, it looks awful to me.
It's about
I
quarter baked, guys. And
yeah,
by that I mean the flour's on the table. We've got the rolling pin out, and that's about as far as we've gotten.
yeah. Right now, it doesn't look like I wouldn't play it not because it's a horror game, but because it doesn't look fun. Like from what I've seen in the preview.
I
Yeah.
will tell you, there's not fun to be had, but there is an experience.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
like
about the destination. It's about the journey.
True, man. True.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's Stray Souls. I think we've earned ourselves a break. Don't you guys agree?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds nice,
Yes,
Dan.
Queen. Yes.
All right,
Ah,
guys, stay right there. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We have a lot more to talk about.
mhm.
Hello, Danny is being lazy and has decided to have a text-to-speech robot record this message for you, instead of doing it himself. He wants you to know that you can help support the show by telling your friends. Telling your friends about the show helps us grow and help more people save money while gaming. It's also free. You can tweet about us, share us on Facebook, or even send a message directly to your friends and family with a link to the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, or leave a comment. That helps tell the algorithm that you like this kind of content and would recommend it. Thanks for watching and listening. The show will resume in just a few moments. P.S. Green Elite has bad taste in Pokemon.
And we are back. We are back. So
I like pretending I'm a dragon when we come back.
I'm a dwagon.
If you're a dragon, what would
I'm a
your
dragon.
name be?
Blowy smoke. Golden Horde.
Fafnir.
You know, I'm gonna be different. What was Murtog's dragon's name in Aragon?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Never mind.
I should have said Nidhogger because I do be munching.
So, we've got some news about Stalker 2.
Oh, it makes me sad, Danny.
Thorn, by the way. It's Thorn. I had to look
Thorn.
at it. Thorn.
Yeah, so Stalker 2, GSC Game World, the developers of the upcoming game, Stalker 2, got a pretty rude awakening last week when they announced and later canceled plans to add NFTs into the highly anticipated game. Last week, they announced plans for an NFT system which would allow for users to have their presence, or likeness, whatever you want to say, in the game via NPCs, calling the system the Stalker Metaverse.
That's part 1 of cringe. Go to part 2,
I hate
Danny.
I hate it.
They said right away that Stalker wasn't becoming a blockchain-based game and that the auction of NFTs wouldn't affect gameplay and that the purchase would be entirely optional for players. And after one apology, well, maybe kind of apology, there's a lot of backlash just from the announcement itself, and they kind of did backpedal a little bit of an apology. Basically, they did like this thing where they're like, "Hey, so we know that you guys don't like this, but like, we're gonna continue doing it anyways. We're not asking for acceptance. We're just asking for support or something like that."
Right, we're asking for like your understanding. They're like, no, wait, guys, no, wait. Let me just describe it at you more.
But it'd be really cool. You could get your face on a player, like an NPC.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Does it come in Fred Durst?
I like what I love about the second part of cringe is like the first metahumans in the Stalker metaverse. So bad.
Yeah. But so after this first apology-ish thing, they took it down after an hour and said that they were going to be anything NFT related was going to be canceled and would not be making it into the final product that is Stalker 2. Quote, "Dear stalkers, we hear you. Based on the feedback we received, we've made a decision to cancel anything NFT related in Stalker 2. The interest of our fans and players are top priority for the team. We're making this game for you to enjoy, whatever the cost is. If you care, we care too. With love, GSC Games World Team."
I love that quote. If you care, we care too. But the post before that, just an hour before, was like, we hear you on the NFTs, but we just don't give a shit. We're putting it in because we think it's cool and it will make us a little bit more money.
Yeah. So it does bear worth knowing, or it is worth knowing here, that over 107,000 people signed up for the chance to own a Stalker NFT, according to the official website.
Gross.
And one thing I just wanted to add was that the situation turned really weird when Randy Pitchford, of all fucking people, tweeted, quote, "Hey bro, you don't need NFTs or blockchain to pre-sell unique customized stuff in your game. I'm not into that sort of thing because it's like kind of a shittier version of an ad placement, but it's been done for years and you don't need NFTs to do it. Anyways, love your work." End quote. Randy Pitchford is not an NFT bro, which is very weird to me because I really feel like he should be.
Right. I
You know
I
who-
literally, when I like read that and when you said that, it played in my head like he's at a company-wide mixer and he just like holds up his Mountain Dew can so that you can see the Mountain Dew can. And he's like, "Hey bro." And he's like, and my vision immediately goes to like Flack from Borderlands 3 being on like the box of like Totino's pizza rolls, and it's like unique skin inside. Like it's fucking awful. But I also thought that he would be way more rambling since every NPC in every Borderlands game just fucking never shuts up.
You know who entered the NFT bro group? Jake Paul just released 3 stick figures, like hand drawn. Like he drew them, and like one has a rocket, like a missile, for a penis,
Sick.
and they're like each like ridiculously expensive.
Isn't
Yep.
but that's not a surprise because he's also been embroiled in pump and dump crypto schemes.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
also a shitty douchebag. But anyway, continue.
Yeah.
So Pitchford's tweet actually has me thinking, and I'm very curious about this. Is it the NFT marketing angle that elicited this reaction, or was it the promotion itself? And if it is the former, if it is the NFT aspect of the promotion, what makes that a worse form of promotion than like a different method? Because I don't know, like, what other than that angle, I don't know what the difference would be between anything else, and I really don't know if it would have elicited this kind of reaction.
Hmm.
What do you guys think?
This
I
right
honestly-
here.
Oh, go ahead.
You go first. No, you
I was gonna
first.
say, like, I don't know if it's much more of a promotion or more than a way for them to announce like they want to get more money while also selling the copies of the game. That's just my opinion. I feel like it was a cash grab move. They were just like, hey, game's coming out. We also want to do NFTs, so that way it's like a skirt around for like, instead of like putting a or they probably are gonna have like a store in there where you can buy custom skins and shit like that. Anyways, but like just another way for them to get on that money train that is NFTs.
What do you think, Mendacii?
So, okay. For one thing, I would like to say and kind of add that like Randy Pitchford, like adding that to this whole post about NFTs and everything like that is such like a weird contemporary stage performance that should just serve as like the overall like social meta surrounding NFTs. Like even this like scummy scum lord Scummerton comes around. He's like, "Hey man," it's like this dude that fucking literally hired goons to go and tell a guy to fuck off for doing Borderlands 3 leak videos that were leaked from their own Twitch page. But that's neither here nor there. The overall thing here is that I had heard something earlier today from a fella known as Angriest Pat or Pat Stares at on Twitch. Uh, what a lot of game developer companies are looking at NFTs like, I think, is kind of how uh, we originally got into using loot boxes or buying skins and shit like that. There was a huge backlash on it, day one DLC, yada yada. There was a huge backlash on it. People fought against it for a super long time, and now they're kind of the norm. So a lot of developers are kind of looking at NFTs kind of the same way. So it kind of makes me wonder, are they pushing this down our throats to make it kind of virulent? You know what I mean? Like they're trying to make a big splash, but what they actually care about is where the last ripples end up, shooting for the moon to land among the stars.
Hmm.
So if you make a lot of big waves and you fucking piss a lot of people off, when you bring it down to like a milk toast version of that, is that actually what their goal was? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is going to take some time, but honestly, a lot of people trying to do the NFT bullshit does make me think that they are thinking that NFTs and all that garbage and making tertiary profits off of games that otherwise would be games as a service for years is kind of like the new goal.
Hmm. Interesting. I think I'm following your red yarn there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I really think that I'm pretty close to the mark.
Yeah. Gotcha. Um, I don't have any other thoughts on this. Any other opinions? I would love to hear our audience's thoughts and opinions on this. So if you guys are listening, go on ahead and let us know in the live chat what you think about this, or in the YouTube comments. Or you can tweet at us. Green, what's that Twitter page again?
That is at next to nothing PC for podcast.
Excellent. So let us know. Yeah. Do you guys want to move? Mendacii, you kind of mentioned, shooting for the moon and landing among the stars, kind of thing. Do we want to
Yeah.
talk about Dell's concept Luna?
Oh boy, nice. That was an accident. Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah. So Dell is showing off a new design concept that has some people raising their eyebrows. Laptops that are long-lived, easily taken apart, repaired, and has less impact on the environment and climate. It's
Hmm.
named Concept Luna. The laptop would have several features that have it intended to make repair and maintenance easy. Some of these features are no screwdrivers or adhesive solvents would be required to remove keyboards and screens. Instead, you just pop it off with some bezels and clips. Fewer screws overall, and no fan with a shrunken down motherboard placed in the top cover to allow the machine to passively cool itself. Drew Tosh, a Dell design strategist, said that Luna is, quote, a front end concept. It is intended to solve some of the larger problems we're trying to get ahead of in the future. In a statement he gave to The Verge, he said, quote, we're really focused on reuse and recycle and it would be really more like reuse, and recycle only when we really have to, which is a good idea because recycle is the last R for a reason.
Hmm.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reuse is very much more important, and reduce is much more important than both of those. I'm seeing someone mess with my notes. I'm curious what's happening.
Oh, it said reuse, 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 and recycle.
Ah. There's only a few prototypes in existence right now, so the concept is a ways away from hitting store shelves if it ever makes it there in the first place. And there are some analysts and experts who are skeptical, specifically wondering about the processing and display innovations that would make certain components obsolete and compatibility with existing parts in the machine questionable. So, um, think to new standards that would come to like USB, right? That IO is already hardwired into the motherboard. The compatibility with that with those new standards, that you'd have to like get a new motherboard. Is the processing Are the processors that Dell's going to develop for this, how are they going to hold up over time? They're going to have to be integrated into the motherboard. So when new standards appear, and you really want those new standards to make sure the machine runs up to par, stuff like that has a lot of people kind of scratching their heads and looking at Dell, wondering how they're going to address those issues. But I do know that there have been other companies. There's one company who is, oh man, they're an independent company who has kind of designed a modular repairable um, laptop with the intent of creating one that is, um, you know, environmentally friendly, try to make it carbon neutral and stuff like that. But um, I'm very curious what you guys think. Green, I want to start with you though, because you are more the technical person here on the show. What do you think about this?
Technical. The
Yeah.
technical. I think the concept itself is great. I've been saying for quite some time now that the new consoles going forward should go into like a modular design. Um, but like I don't know how well it will pan out totally. Like I think their fundamental idea is great, but like putting it into action and putting it on a large scale might be a little tricky. Um, I would, as I said, I would like a nice way to like reduce impact on like especially when it comes to tech, because like if you if you've ever tried to get rid of like batteries or a laptop or something like that, like an old junk laptop, you have to turn that in, especially if it's a lithium ion battery. So that way that stuff can be either disposed of properly or recycled. Um, so like I like their concept. I kind of wish it wasn't Dell that was doing it, because Dell has had a history of cutting corners. But well, I'm hoping to see good things out of this eventually.
Yeah. There's certainly some, when it comes to Dell, some eyebrows that needs to be raised just in general.
Just hearing the name Dell is just like, oh god, what are they doing now?
Mhm. Yeah. And then there's also the thing of like, what are the capabilities that they're planning on having in this machine? Is this basically going to be a Chromebook?
Yeah.
In terms of like how the processing power that's going to be available to it. I bought a Chromebook a while ago. I haven't done a review on it yet. I haven't really tried to game with it at all. It's mostly just been a processing machine for me, like a word processing machine, uh, in order to do some stuff like when I'm away from my desktop, like to write show notes, to work with Twitter and like post things on Twitter, do Canva designs if I need to do Canva designs. So I'm wondering if it's going to be a similar concept in terms of like, this is basically going to be for web browsing and media playback. This isn't
You
going
know
to
what
be a
you could do though?
what's that?
You could use NVIDIA GeForce Now and
True.
and game on a PC with the Chromebook.
True. I still haven't tested that out at all. just because I didn't really buy it for gaming.
You could have been in Florida last week playing Hunt Showdown with me on a Chromebook with a nice little keyboard and mouse setup and
Yeah,
having a good time. But no, you left me for family.
You chose pain.
I'm sorry that my sister decided to get married. I'm sorry that my sister said yes.
How dare?
How dare she? She cut into
Uh,
valuable green and Danny time.
I feel like okay, hear me out, dude. Hear
Uh-huh.
me out, dude. Uh, for a destination wedding,
Uh-huh.
anywhere but Florida.
Yeah,
Like
literally anywhere.
you could have went to the Bahamas. You could have done like a cruise ship wedding. Could have went down to like Vegas. No, it had to be Florida.
Literally anywhere in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio is for lovers. So
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told. I've been sung this, in
Yes.
fact.
Yes. Cut my wrists and black my eyes
Please.
so I can fall asleep tonight. Mendacii, any thoughts
Yeah,
on
man.
this?
I got a couple. Right off the top, big if true. Like, oh man. I think that Oh man, if anything, this is going to be kind of a Chromebook situation. This is going to be the laptop that every parent that sees that, Sterling laptop, brand new, cool name, fancy, all the words that somebody at Best Buy is like, this is going to be great for your kid going to college. It's so lightweight and blah blah blah. And like when I hear about like, oh, it'll be so easy to take apart, I'm like, so like what happens the first time someone drops that fucker? Is it gonna transformer into nothing? Like uh I'm gonna have to see one. I'm gonna have to get my hands on one. I wanna watch videos of not Dell people talking about this laptop before I even remotely say, hey, this might be something to look into. And I think that overall it's also going to be very, very price reliant because it's definitely not going to probably win any awards for whatever's inside it. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be the thing that can help your business grow. It's not going to be able to run anything like super heavy. I'm assuming as far as like needing the process power to do so. Probably going to be a word processing machine, online. Schooling machine. I could see businesses having one of these, like, just kind of like off to the side that they might do Excel on. It's one of those things. Cool with the idea. Awesome. Wish we would have had that in mind like 20 years ago, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's impossible, but uh yeah, it's cool, but are you just sailing on the idea of green manufacturing? Probably.
Yeah. Especially like the idea of like green manufacturing when if they don't do anything else to lower their carbon footprint or to make their other products sustainable.
This is Dell we're talking about.
Yeah. So it's like this one line that probably isn't going to be something that the majority of consumers are going to want because it's not great. And then everything else they have is still like not great to use because it's like not sustainable. But anything else that we wanted to mention with Concept Luna?
Two things. When is Amazon sending their cease and desist letter for the name? And two, back in my day, Alienware used to be the shit until Dell took over.
Yeah.
Remember having your entire Dell setup? Got your Dell printer, your Dell keyboard, your Dell mouse, your Dell monitor,
Oh,
your
you could
Dell
afford
power.
Dell?
No.
We
God
had
no.
Gateway.
Same.
It was the cow, dude. The cow.
Yeah. Yeah. So a related story repair tool retailer and guide site iFIXIT has announced that they have begun selling official Microsoft Surface repair tools. iFIXIT.
Fix it.
But before you get too excited, only certain partners will be able to purchase the parts and tools, namely members of the iFIXIT Pro program and Microsoft partners. So while this means that the average user would likely not get their hands on the tools, that does mean that local repair shops would probably have a better time at it, which can be a good thing. If you can take your Microsoft Surface to a mom and pop shop that's downtown and not have to take it to an official Microsoft store, I don't think you can complain about that. Might be a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier for you to do, and it helps out your local economy. Some of the
You know
tools.
what they say about exclusive tools, though?
What's that?
Exclusive prices.
Yes, I'm actually going to get into that here in a little bit. But the tools that will be on offer is a battery cover so you don't accidentally puncture a battery, a debonding cradle to help remove screens, and tools to help readhere screens, among some others. I know this isn't like super exciting news, but it is good to see and encourage because the more open and available tools to repair devices there are, the better for sustainability and cost effectiveness of devices. Now, related to Green's thing about exclusive tools and exclusive prices, I would love to see more companies enter this market. I would love to see more companies get the attention, get the name brand recognition of that iFIXIT is getting for electronics home repair. While right now iFIXIT seems to be a good company advocating for right to repair, I am concerned about them being the only dog in the race right now. Speaking of dogs, Green Elite has a pupper just like right there. What a good pupper. What a good pupper.
Pet the puppy. Pet the puppy.
I want to pet the puppy, but the
I want to
puppy is
get
miles
chewed on
away.
by the puppy.
So
Won't
yeah,
be your toy.
I do have an issue with iFIXIT being like the only game in town. I would love to see more companies get involved in the space, sell quality tools, and have the ability to enter the space. Mendacii, what do you think of this?
I'm right there with you, dude. You know how I am. Like, you know my views and everything like that. If it's for the people, then I'm for it. Anything with a more humanist approach, take power away from corporations and the power the corporations have over the people that buy from them, us consumers, because we have to stay entertained. We have to do our jobs, so on and so forth. This allows us to help out our friends by paying them to fix our stuff. It also means that we get our things back sooner and we get to know the people who are working on them. So we get to continue that kind of level of trust, something that transcends just consumer and corporation, something like something like that. So yeah, I'm 100% for it. These need to be local small mon pa shops as well as larger ones that can start just fucking hiring smart people that deserve a really good wage. That being said, I remember Radio Shack and having a buddy that worked at Radio Shack and the disgusting fucking things that he got to work on to try and fix for people. Namely, one that had a problem with their computer not starting. And inexplicably, when my friend opened up the computer tower, he found a slice of bologna on the hard drive.
You what?
I'm here for that, though. I'm here for that. I want to know the story. I need the backstory of this.
Yeah. So basically, this guy, he was older for one. So I mean, it wasn't just like some guy like, "Yo, man, we're gonna take this tower into Radio Shack. We're gonna tell him it doesn't work, and we're gonna see if you can fix." Yeah, no. So this old man's like, "Hey, yeah, I don't know why my computer is running slow. I think I got one of them worms." And so he He's like, all right, yeah, I'll check it out today. And by this time, dude, we're like juniors in high school. And if I would go over there and like hang out. I'd bring him Dairy Queen and shit like that. And we'd, just whatever. I'd hand him tools. I was a computer surgeon assistant. So we popped this fucker out, and no lie, just a regular old non-moldy, so semi-fresh slice of bologna
I'm
just
here for that.
on the hard drive, dude. Like, I can't explain how. Like, I don't know if like maybe he had a grandkid that was like, I want to put baloney on the computer, and like opened up the disk drive, and it's like beep, and he's like baloney, and then just clicked it and it just closed, and the computer read the baloney, and like it sent it down to the hard drive to download the baloney. I don't
I
know,
would love
dude,
that.
but
That
it
would
was
be
there.
hilarious.
I
That
mean,
gives me Viva La Dirt League vibes. I don't know if
yeah,
you watched
yes,
that. No, I had to clear the cookies. Can you
yeah,
take the cookies out of the case? And this is like, sir,
all
no.
the beans.
There's no cookies in the actual case. You had to clear the cache. He's like, no, it said there's cookies in the case. It's like, no, it's pronounced cache. And then he
Yeah.
opens the case and it's just mounds of fucking Chips Ahoy cookies.
Yeah, or the guy that put like all the beans in the computer,
Yeah.
like just cans and cans of just wet beans. Yeah,
I've
no,
seen
there's
videos of people cooking like little pieces of steak on CPUs and stuff like that
My
Jesus.
too.
God.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
By the
I can't
way,
explain it.
was this the OG Radio Shack or was this Office Town Radio Shack?
Well, I guess technically Office Town. I mean, it's the one that's opposite of Lover's Lane and the
Okay. So yeah,
bridge.
so it was Office Town Radio Shack because that's still
Yeah.
technically a Radio Shack. They have the sticker on them.
Yeah, they do. That's probably one of 5 left in the nation, man. We gotta
Well,
preserve that.
I don't think it's technically a Radio Shack though.
Probably, I mean, they could be whatever they want to be. It's not like Radio Shack's gonna come after them and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can't call yourself that."
Do you think
Who are you
I
paying the franchise fees to?
Yeah.
Do you guys think I could go to that Radio Shack and ask to get my job back as a Radio Shack
Ooh,
employee, as a former Radio Shack
yeah.
employee?
Probably
Be
not.
like, can you take me off of layoff?
You
Can you
know,
put me back on
I kind of
payroll,
miss
boss?
Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Radio Shack had some like cool like little remote control cars and stuff like that. It was like a little like
Yeah.
tech tree. I liked Radio Shack. Radio Shack was
Yeah.
the shit.
It was cool, man. But yeah, I think that what we need is for those mom and pop shops to come back so that Green will have a forum to go on to just doom scroll through to see all the wild shit that people found. Like, yeah, so I opened this up and there was a carcass of a possum inside. Like, it long gone, mummified actually.
There's a kid on TikTok who does like computer repair and like PlayStation repair and stuff like that, and he finds some wicked shit in
Yeah.
in like PlayStations and PCs. I think the most he sees like most frequent thing he sees is like roaches and stuff in these fucking
Yeah.
consoles.
I was
It's
gonna say,
gross,
like,
dude.
my Best Buy that I worked at back in the day used to do TV repairs there, but they had to stop because they got a roach infestation from a TV. Like they had to shut it all down, bag it all up, and Orkin came in with like a whole ass team, and it all came from one fucking like LED TV, and there
Ugh.
is just fucking infested with roach eggs. It was, yeah, yeah,
You nasties need to clean your shit. So,
yeah.
anyways,
Please,
is there anything else that we wanted to mention with this iFixit and Microsoft story?
is
No.
good. Is
Yes,
good.
I like it.
Please do the thing.
Excellent. Well, guys, I think that's the end of my notes.
Heck yeah.
I think that's all we had to talk about this week.
Cool.
Remind them again about the giveaway.
True, yeah. So if you guys want a chance at a free game, go on ahead and a game for a friend. Find us on our official Facebook and Twitter pages. Find the post that says Week 3 giveaway. Tag a friend who deserves a free game this holiday season. go on ahead and tag a friend and tell them why they deserve a free game. And one lucky winner will be randomly drawn. We have one more week after this, so don't worry if you don't get it this week. You have more chances. At least one more
What
chance.
game are we thinking to give away, Danny?
Ooh, that's a great question. I need to log into Humble Bundle real quick and decide. Let's see. I don't know what. Maybe should it be a Shinobi?
Ooh.
I think that's what it's called. Let me double check.
Are we talking like Shinobi a la like
Negative, The Way of Shinobi.
Ooh, also good.
Yes. Negative, Way of Shinobi. That's what we'll give away. And the week after that, we're giving away Fear Complete Pack.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, you got plenty of chances to win. So yeah, go on ahead on Twitter and on Facebook, tag a friend who you believe deserves a free game this holiday season. Let them know why in your post. And yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show then. Green, what's coming up with you?
I'm probably gonna be playing some hunts, as I always do. We have Tarkov, new Tarkov wipe happened last week, Sunday, the 12th, I think. Been kind of getting through Tarkov again. Which if you haven't played Tarkov, and you like pain, you're just glutton for pain. You just want to like get just fucking beat down every single fucking day. Okay, Tarkov is the game for you, you sadist. You'll love it. But then yeah, definitely Hunt and Tarkov. I'm probably play a little bit of Running or Not. I need to play some more Destiny because I paid for the anniversary 30th anniversary thing, and I've played like 2 hours. So yeah, I was not overly excited, but yeah, that's pretty much everything. You can catch that on twitch.tv/Mr. Elite. And then I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Please follow my TikTok. I'm also on YouTube, and I'm also on OnlyFans. I've posted a few things on OnlyFans. Not spicy things, just stuff. So you can follow me there too. It's no longer a joke. It's an actual thing.
Ooh.
Anyways. Mendacii, what do you got going on your channel?
Nothing nearly as scandalous, sadly. I will be leaving our fair state for like a week. So tomorrow I'll be driving across the country towards the East Coast, and I won't be back or near literally anything that I could stream with or on next Monday. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go try and attempt to enjoy the holidays. I don't know how it's gonna pan out. Wish me luck. You can still follow my shit, my Twitter that I'll probably be all about while I'm gone. Still filling with hot takes is Mendacii_TTV. Otherwise, twitch.tv/Mendacii. I'll probably host some really cool people over the holidays. Otherwise, just check out these two chuckleheads, and I don't know, I guess I'll check you next Tuesday. Is that his tongue? Is that your pupper's tongue right now? Look at that tongue.
Absolutely.
For anyone that's just listening, Green is showing off another dog.
Why is his tongue so long?
I have no idea.
It's a fruit roll-up coming out that dog mouth.
He is ready for a nap, though.
He looks like it. Me and him be looking the same right now.
I think he's ready for a little bit more than a nap, Green.
He looks like he's 3 shots into a 5-shot night. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm back this week. I'll be streaming Friday night, Saturday night, probably part of Sunday. You guys can find me. I don't know what I'll be playing. Probably some Hunt Showdown. Yeah, I don't know what else. Probably maybe some Outer Worlds. I haven't played Outer Worlds in a long time. So yeah, that's what I got going on for me. You guys can find me on Twitter at DaniK, DANIECAE. Also find me on Instagram under that same name, although I don't really post there much anymore. You can find me on TikTok as well, DaniK Media. And I think it's going to wrap up the show, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. Your time with us is always appreciated. Of course, though, we're not just interested in your time. We're interested in your thoughts and opinions. Let us know what you guys think about any of the things we talked about this week. Also, you can answer the question of the week, which is, what's the worst Christmas tradition? What's the worst Christmas tradition? Also, I don't think I gave a proper answer to mine. Caroling. Caroling is the worst Christmas tradition.
Mhm.
Wait, you actually did that?
Yes, as a part of like ministry stuff that I was a part of when I was a kid. Long story, I don't want to get into it now. I can get into it on Friday. Um, but yeah, like I said, guys, we want to hear from you. So go on ahead and drop a comment on YouTube answering that, or you can even answer it on Spotify. If you guys missed any part of the show and you guys want to take us on the go, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and everywhere podcasts are found. If you want to catch us live, you can find us on Twitch every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys like what we do, drop a like or subscribe and ring that bell. It helps us a ton on YouTube. And something that's new to Spotify is you can actually rate the show. So if you guys can go on ahead and give us an honest rating, any rating is appreciated. It lets us know if we're doing good or bad, stuff like that. And it also helps us out on Spotify. So go on ahead and do that if you will. But if you guys really want to help the show out, like take it to the next level, the number one way of helping us out is by telling your friends. So go on ahead and do that. We really do appreciate it. Guys, until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, keep fighting the good fights, and we'll see you guys again next week. Goodbye!
I love you.
Don't lick yellow snow.